Hey everybody, Trenchman here, and today I'm going to be showing you this old Macintosh that I managed to get running. I'm going to describe the process that I've gotten this thing running, because it is an incredibly painful one. Because the biggest problem with this thing is that the hard drive in this Mac does not work. And I have no idea how to get it to work. So I've had to come with a workaround involving these two things. A tiny little flash drive and a 100 megabyte zip disk. As you can see, I labeled it boot disk because that's its sole purpose, just boot up the computer. This little thing here holds about 13 to 14 gigabytes of space total. I've had to use every single megabyte extremely carefully to get just enough so I could get this thing to boot up. So I had a Mac CD, and I tried to install it on the flash drive, and that just does not work because, as it turns out, it does not recognize USB drives until they're put in after the thing has fully booted up. It's annoying. So I have to insert it every time once the boot up sequence is finished, even if it's been already put in, and then have to eject it and then put it back in, which is annoying. So here's the process. First, it needs to boot up, which can take. First, I have to wait for it to start up. Then I take this boot disk and sorry. I have to insert it in to get this thing working. Yeah, it takes a little while longer for it to boot up on that floppy disk because it's probably not meant this way, but it's the workaround I had to do. Sorry, I don't know why I thought this would be an interesting video, I just did it anyway. So yeah, as you can see, it's booting up and it takes quite some time. And as soon as it's booted up, I can just inject this flash drive in, which acts as the main hard drive, because I've already used up the entirety of the space on that floppy disk for just the boot up sequence. So everything else has to be in this. Surprisingly, it does work. I'm just gonna. And as you can see here, the whole system is starting up gradually. Unfortunately, not all of the extensions work because some of them had to be sacrificed in order to make space on that little 100 megabyte hard drive, disk drive. Not just the disk itself. Now, it's important to note that a zip disk is very different from a floppy disk. They're both magnetic storage devices, but one can hold way more space. Floppy disk only averages around 1.44 megabytes, which really is not helpful whatsoever. So, I think it's booted up. Let me check. Yeah, it's up. So then, I have to insert this, and there we go. And that's it. That's what Mac OS 9 looks for me. If any of... So this video is probably just a waste of everyone's time, but I just did it anyway because this entire thing was difficult to get set up. It took me an entire day. So yeah, thanks for watching this waste of time.